All right, guys, I can see it. I'm going to pull it up on my phone just so I can see the comments. But hello, everybody who is watching. I am so excited today, guys, because we have my good friend, Jessica Taylor from Goldman Sachs to talk all about Black in business. I want to say hey to Ms. Huff and Ms. Clay and all the people who are watching. The names are going too fast. But I'm so happy to see you guys. And I know a lot of our corner to corner community has already heard about this via text, email. We've talked about it on different lives with Jen and myself. But I thought, Jessica, that it'll be a lot of fun to just go to the source and to hear about what's going on at Goldman Sachs and why this initiative is like, when I heard about it, I was like, stop! Like, this is everything. So I'm so excited to hear kind of your thoughts on it and how you want to introduce it. So let me introduce you guys to Jessica Taylor. Jessica, take it away and let's just talk a little bit about kind of high level before we get into details about what is Goldman Sachs doing for Black female women business owners.
Well, first, let me just say, we are so happy to partner with you, Shayna, in Corner to Corner. You all have been doing amazing work in Nashville, and we're just so grateful to have you all as partners for Black in business to help us amplify, and I think more importantly, to provide additional resources to Black women entrepreneurs. So happy to call you family in this business space. But at a high level, just about a year ago on Friday, it will be a year, Goldman Sachs launched a new initiative, 1 Million Black Women. And this initiative is a $10 billion investment initiative plus $100 million of philanthropic funding geared to Black women and supporting Black women across kind of all phases of life: education, housing, broadband, workforce development, entrepreneurship. And so we've spent the last year through about 50 listening sessions. We've talked to upwards of 20,000 Black women, trying to understand exactly what's needed and where we should invest that money. Overwhelmingly, what we've heard over the last year is that there's a need to do more in entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And so we took that to heart and we said, okay, well, we're hearing from the women, this is what they want. Let's now also look at the data and see kind of how that can inform what we do. And so it was really clear when you saw the stats, there 96% of Black businesses are sole proprietors, meaning the owners are the sole full-time employee.
Yeah.
On top of that, more than half of this group are Black women-led businesses, right? So it's about 1.6 million business owners. Then we saw the stat that Black women are starting businesses faster than any other demographic group. So about 17% of new businesses were started by Black women, yet only about 3% of those businesses are maturing and staying open beyond 3 years.
Yeah.
So we saw that as an opportunity, right? To target and help this group grow their business and get that business on a path to sustainable growth. And some might say, you might want to call it a side hustle, right? A lot of us say, oh, we have my thing on the side or have my side hustle. What we're saying with Black in business is that your side hustle actually can be your full-time gig. And we want to help you get your business to that next level. And so Black in business is in response to all of the listening sessions, right? Where we heard that entrepreneurship is a big deal. And so we said, let's create an education program targeted towards Black women sole proprietors. And so the program is a 12-week kind of education program that is both online and in person. We'll have an online kickoff session at Goldman Sachs headquarters. That'll be an all expense paid trip. And then we'll have kind of a culminating in-person session at the end. And then in between, it's 10 weeks of online coursework covering topics like, you know, how you even begin to hire your first employee, how you should go about thinking through that, how you identify a profitable growth opportunity. How do you actually think about pricing your product or service appropriately so you can make some money?
Yeah.
Right. Let's not underprice what it is that we're offering, right? Let's price it for what it's worth and its true value. And so those are the types of things that we're going to be covering through the education program. And what we're also doing is we're saying, we know that these Black women business owners are busy. They're likely working in their business as the sole full-time employee. They may have other full-time or part-time jobs. And on top of that, they may have family responsibilities. So every minute they're spending in this program is a minute that they don't spend doing any of those other things. And so we wanted to kind of offset what we call that opportunity cost and make it easier for folks to access this program, even though we know they're well-intentioned and want to commit to it. And so we're going to be providing a $2,000 stipend for those folks who are admitted to the program. And that's money that you can do. Maybe you need, a babysitter to take care of the kids during the 5 hours a week that you dedicate to the program. That's what that money can go to. Yeah. And so that's kind of the thinking, right? And that's what we're doing with Black in Business.
Yeah, can we pause here, Jessica? First of all, it's so many people that joined online. I wanted to just say, hey, Miss Renee. Renee said, this is awesome. Amanda Osborne has literally tagged so many people. So all those people, make sure you guys are watching the replay. Yasmin, hello and welcome. We just want to acknowledge all the people who are tuning in to us today. Adrian, I see you. Hello, everybody that's here. Marcia, thank you guys so much for watching. Guys, this is epic. Yeah, somebody just commented, this is epic. And I want to make sure, Amanda and hey, Ms. Jones, I just want to make sure that people understand how epic this is. I want to take a moment that we all can sit in this in a really powerful way, because not only are you getting an all expense paid to the opening, shebang, right, in New York, then you're getting 12, 14 weeks of information that's helping you take those next steps. And then on top of that, somebody is saying your time is worthy and is worth being repaid for. And we know that there are expenses, right? If you're going to give your time, then there are going to be other sacrifices. And Goldman is not only saying, hey, make those sacrifices, but they're saying we're going to give you $2,000 stipend to help offset the cost of an opportunity. So guys, if you're watching this, and I see so many people are joining, and so many people, Jasmine, hey, everybody, I see so many people are joining, and we're so excited and sharing it all out. But I don't want them to miss this moment. And that the reason why is because sometimes we count ourselves out, Jessica. We're like, oh, I have kids. Oh, I have an actual business. Oh, I have work. Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, gas. Oh, this, oh, that. Like, we have so many, as they call it, limiting factors, upper limitations, as I'm learning about, that is like, you have to sit in this and say, all these things were thought about and consider on your behalf. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Hear me say this out loud to the people who are watching on our Facebook Live and people who will see it around the world. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that we are asking you to believe in yourself, to bet on yourself, to hear that we're betting on Black women, that Goldman Sachs is betting on Black women. And what we need Black women to do is bet on themselves. And so the entire infrastructure is there. All you need to do is apply. I've actually looked at the application, and it's like a 30-minute, 45-minute application. Why not try, right? If you don't get it, you don't get it. No big deal. But why not try? I think that this is so powerful and such an answer to the call of early stage entrepreneurs, and particularly Black women entrepreneurs that we need. So, I mean, this is amazing. We have so many people like, this is mind blowing. I see all the comments. Y'all are going kind of fast. Hey, Ms. Smith. Hey, Natalie. But I just want to acknowledge that I see the people who are commenting, and I appreciate it. So if you guys have any questions as we throw it back to Jessica, comment those questions in the chat. We will put Corner to Corner. Oh, look, Corner to Corner already on it. Okay, they already have the application website in the chat. Hey, Jade. And Corner to Corner actually has a link that's a Corner to Corner community link. So if you're watching this, use this link. You can share this link with our community and our friends, so they'll know like what a big deal and how grateful we are. And just, I'm just gonna go out on the record to say that you're gonna have so many people from Nashville, in New York. Nashville's taking over New York.
Love. Yeah.
Nashville's taking over New York. Okay, we need to do like a documentary. I need to come. Let me come with y'all, do a documentary of like how Nashville's taking over New York. We're gonna need some t-shirts or something.
And that's what's really special about this program too, right? It's national. So we're looking to serve 300 businesses this year across 2 cohorts. The first cohort will start in May and run through mid-July, and the second cohort will be in the fall. And it'll be 150 businesses in each cohort, And can you imagine just the power, right, of having 150 Black women entrepreneurs from around the country coming together in person? And let me just tell you, we're already beginning to plan for those in-person sessions throughout the year this year. And we want to deliver excellence for you all, for the folks who are accepted, because it's one thing to kind of talk about Black women, but it's really another thing to kind of deliver for this group. And so I just want everyone to know that we are laser focused on delivering excellence for this group, because we know, and and the data supports it, that you are driving your communities and you're driving this economy. So we're taking that very seriously. And that's why for us, having a national reach was also very important.
Absolutely. So if you're just tuning in, hello everybody and welcome. Jessica's been so kind to give us her time today to talk about the Black in Business Initiative through Goldman Sachs, which they are actually assisting 300 this year, but 150 in this first cohort. The link is in our chat right now, guys. Please share it out with your friends, share it to every group you're in, let them know that we want to see Black women thrive. And this is for sole proprietors. So don't count yourself out. If you have a YouTube channel, don't count yourself out. If you make jewelry, don't count yourself out. If you do CMOS or lashes or hair, don't count yourself out. If you do cleaning or supply chain, don't count yourself out. If you're an author, don't count yourself out. If you sell insurance, right? There is such a gamut of industries that Black women serve and uphold in so many different ways. If you make food, if you make cakes, if you have a food truck, if Nashville has a monthly through the National Black Market, shout out to Carlos, who's one of our graduates, and Black Business Boom, shout out to Danielle, who's also working with us on this initiative. They have a market each month with a Black market, and so many different industries, from planners to art to greeting cards. I got some really cute greeting cards that are like Black girls kind of hanging out, because I love a good card, but I'm like, I need one with my people on it. I mean, everything that you are a part of can grow and thrive in all these industries. So don't count yourself out, ladies. Okay, Jessica, let me ask, if there was something where you were like, I want applicants to think about this, to have this, or to know this, what is something that you think as they go into that application that they should be aware of, or ways to make sure that they kind of stand out in a pool of a national application?
Yeah, well, I think one, just the basic eligibility criteria. So we want you to be eligible, and that's how we're kind of reviewing the applications. And the criteria is simple: that the owner, a Black woman, is the sole full-time employee, right? The definition of being a sole proprietor. 2, that business has been in operation at least a year. And 3, that you're generating kind of some sort of revenue. We do not have a revenue minimum. So someone who's generated $5,000 over the last year is eligible, just like someone who's generated 50,000 over the last year. And so for us, it's kind of the more the merrier, right? And we didn't want to be in a position of saying, well, because you made 5,000, that's not legitimate, right? Because we know, as you're saying, Shayna, and you're like putting a fine point on it, don't count yourself out. And if anything, what we're trying to say is, the business that you thought really wasn't a business actually is a business, and it has tremendous potential to grow, and we want to help you. So that's it. You're really kind of like crystallizing, Shayna, for the audience today, kind of exactly why we wanted to start this program.
Yeah.
Right? This is a way to validate a lot of the work that many people have been doing, quote unquote, on the side, right? And we're saying, let's shine a light on that side business and really focus on it and grow. The other kind of answer to your question that we're looking for in terms of how someone can really shine is, I've spoke to some businesses who say, well, I do this and I do this and I do this, in terms of a couple different things that they might have going on the side. It's really important that the business owner in the application hones in on, one thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. So we're asking folks to be focused in the application and to say, okay, for the last year, I've been doing greeting cards, right? To use your example, Shayna, and I've generated, $10,000. And even though I do some other things on the side, my vision for this particular business is that in 3 to 5 years, it will be doing X, Y, and Z, right?
Okay.
And so we're looking for folks beyond the eligibility criteria. We're looking for folks to be focused, in terms of the particular business that they want to grow to expand, and to have a vision and an idea of where you want to take that program. And so we find that folks with those two things will fare really well kind of in the application process, as well as hopefully eventually in the program, because they'll be able to get more out of it.
Yeah. So I see a lot of our alumni are watching. So guys, that means in case you need any help, you're going to go back to week 3 of your co-starters curriculum. You want to go back to week 5 of your co-starters curriculum and go back to week 1 of your co-starters curriculum, because that'll really help you. Just sometimes it's hard to put the words around it. But the great thing about being an Academy graduate, and I just want to toot our Academy graduates horn for a minute, that they understand the foundation, right? And so everybody can build it on their own terms. And we believe like, hey, there is nothing wrong. And there's definitely no shame in saying my business helped me get 4 new tires. It helps me get the down payment on my new house. It helps me not live paycheck to paycheck, but be able to plan a vacation or celebrate my birthday. There is no shame in that being where you start. But the beautiful thing about this program and what other things are going on in the nation, as we particularly look to Black women, is that is like also being celebrated in ways that it just a year ago was not being. It was like, you're not legitimate if you're not making 6 figures. Well, Goldman Sachs, go tell the person who sells you that on Instagram or Facebook, or Goldman Sachs said that's not true, right? If you are making $1,000, if you're making $200 on the weekend, that is exciting. And Goldman Sachs said that they're welcoming you. And so we are so excited. So guys, if y'all have any questions, particularly if you are an Academy graduate, we would love, and Jaron is, doing some calls and some emails and stuff. We would love to just kind of answer some questions, or if you just have a couple questions about the application, we want to, lean into that with you all. But generally, guys, we've dropped the application in the chat a couple different times. I have seen some people saying, I'm applying, I already applied, I'm sharing this with a friend. Yes, thank you, Amanda Osborne. She says week 1, 3, and 5, go back and review those. They'll help you kind of solidify some of those questions. And is there anything else you want to know? I want to be sensitive to your time, Jessica, but also give you really the floor to share anything else you think about the heart of what Goldman Sachs is doing in this Black in business, or the needs, or ways that we can kind of be evangelists for this opportunity. Because hear me say that there is nobody out there that's doing this, and it's so necessary, and it's so well received by our community in Nashville. Like, Nashville Takes New York is the name of our our reality show that we're gonna do because of this. So look, bravo, don't steal that. But is there anything else that you really feel like, hey, I want to make sure that the audience that watches this live knows, sees, hears, and all those things?
Yeah, we're committed. We're committed, and we're real about what we're looking to do. I, am fortunate enough to be in the seat at Goldman Sachs to help deliver these programs. And I know I wouldn't be in the seat, I wouldn't be doing the job if I didn't think it was real and honest and good work. And so we just want to continue to get the word out. And Shana, you and the Corner to Corner team have done a tremendous job helping us do that. So again, we are just so grateful to you and to the partnership. But yeah, we're excited to kick this off, and we're eager to see where it goes.
Yeah. All right, guys, so you heard it here first. And if you guys can do me a favor, my co-hosts via the chat have been doing some amazing work, making sure all the information is in the chat.
Thank you.
But, guys, the application closes on March the 15th. And, be a saint, okay? Go ahead and do it early so they can look at it and they won't have 5,000 applications coming at midnight, March the 15th. Go ahead, Corner to Corner, we've sent it to you 2 or 3 different ways, 2 or different times, and we're going to continue to send it throughout the week. The link is also in the chat here. Share it with a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. We want to amplify the voice of Goldman Sachs Black in Business. It's due next week, so don't put it off. Don't wait till later. If you have a question, go ahead and send us a DM or send me an email, shana@cornercorner.org. I would love to chat with you and just make sure that, you understand what's going on, it's in the right place. But I would love for them to have a flood of applications. Like, let them tell you no, right? Let them tell you no. Don't tell yourself no. Let them tell you no. So we're very excited and grateful. And just, I don't know if you can feel it, but it's.
Oh, I feel it. I feel all the feels. I'm just like, watching you, Shayna. I'm like, Shayna needs to come over here and do everything that we're doing.
Listen, let me come to New York. I'm here. I think
you are.
We need to do like a behind the scenes where I'm hosting the Goldman Sachs behind the scenes.
That's right.
Yes, it's gonna be fun. We'll talk about that offline. It's gonna be so fun, guys. Listen, do this today. Do not wait. This is everything that we've been talking about. Everything you say you need. All the people Adrian said she applied. Listen, we got some. If you applied, they got your application. We see you in the chat. We see you in the chat.
I love it.
So we're gonna spread this word far and wide. Yes, Shayna takes New York, exactly. So we're gonna talk about this soon, guys. But I hope you guys had a great experience on our live. Jessica, I hope you enjoyed the live today.
Highlight of my day today. Thank you so much.
That's our job. That's our job. All right, friend. Jessica, well, I'm gonna say bye to you, obviously, but I'm gonna log off of the Facebook. Facebook friends, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us today. We hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions, you know who to call. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Bye.